Grana Wheat Nitty Bong, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things Transformers and Transformers action figure related. And today on my channel we're going to take a look at the Transformers the Movie Studio Series Cup. Now this is actually the first figure that I've bought from Hasbro Pulse in the UK. I wasn't going to pick this figure up really, but I wanted to test them out, see how they were, so I was quite happy with the way that they came. Kicking off as we always do with the packaging here, and the packaging for these is pretty good. It's got a lovely nice little window, Transformers Generations to Karatomi here at the top, 86. All of these figures have the 86 because that's the time the movie came out. Then we have Transformers the Movie plus a Hasbro Cup Studio Series, and this horrific picture, and it only gets worse when we come round to the other side. It's like, what has this dude seen that has scared him so much? Then round the back we have some nice product shots. You can also see, and I'll bring this out in a second, the inside opens up and we get this metal octopus section. Then we also get the alt mode here, bot mode here, changes in 21 steps. Attention, small parts, don't eat your children. And then on the side we get this another horrifying picture there. At the top, Transformers the Movie, and a little translucent section here. On the bottom, British Lion, everything's nice. So opening up the packaging, we do get this cool little inside. All of the Studio Series have these sections that come out and give a little bit of a diorama. I'll bring this out again in the bot mode so that you can see it, obviously with the car mode. That's how they look together, but I quite like these. Grimlock's, unfortunately Grimlock didn't really fit on this stand, but I do think that Cup will fit on this better. It's highly detailed, really great looking artwork actually. I prefer this one a lot more to the one that we got with Grimlock. We have Generations, 86, 86, Transformers, and the back is brown. Then we also get the Destructions, and the Destructions are in a worksheet format, but quite a weird worksheet. I don't know why they've gone with this long version here as opposed to the normal kind of thing that they do, but yeah, we get this worksheet that's alright. The Destructions on this are okay. There's some fiddliness, it's fiddly. His arms are a little bit fiddly, fiddly-dee, fiddly-da. Now it's time to look at the main event himself, and this is Cup, more to do with the Studio 86 version of Cup. So this is the one that is supposed to be based on the movie, and again, I'm gonna say it, I don't see it. I think that, again, I think they're over-engineered. I think it's a bit too detailed to be movie accurate. The movie accurate ones were a little bit smoother than this, but hey, I understand that modern figures we need a bit more detailing on. So looking at this figure, I like the Autobot symbol that's here. I love the front. The front looks very, very nice, but I think it's a bit short. I think it needs like another couple of inches here at the back, maybe. I don't know, but what do you think down in the comments? For me, the dude looks a little bit short, but he rolls fairly well, and it's a nice representation, if it is a little small for my taste. The wheels are a bit, yeah, they've done those a little bit cheapy. I hate it when we can see these pegs in the middle. I'd have much rather have seen the, especially on a Studio model, I'd have much rather have seen fully fleshed out wheels. Accessories for this one, we do get a gun that will attach onto the side here and peg in, and then we also get the Energon Goodie Dispenser. Energon Goodie Dispenser just goes in at the side here, so that when he's going along on his travels he can carry all of his accessories with him, which is pretty cool. And I think actually they look pretty nice on him. So now it's time for the comparison, and we'll start off with a couple of figures from Earthrise. So with the Earthrise RC, you can see actually they're a very similar size, both these figures, virtually identical. So yeah, they go fairly nicely together. Then next to his pals from the planet of Quintesson, the Helicon seems very big compared to Cup, so I'm not sure what happened with the scaling quite there. We'll check it out a little bit better when it gets to the bot mode, I guess. If you own the Power of the Prime's Hot Rod, then you can see where they go, and he's a lot smaller than your Power of the Prime's Hot Rod, so they don't really scale together in the kind of alt modes here. I would say Cup, like, this is what I'm saying, Cup I do feel needs to be a little bit bigger to scale well here with especially this Hot Rod. And then size comparison with the Studio Series Grimlock. Obviously Grimlock is miles bigger, and I even in this series I just think he should have been bigger. Transformation time on this dude. First thing we do is take all of this off and then come round to the underneath and unpeg one arm and then unpeg the other arm as well. That will then loosen off all of the legs that are here, so you can then just separate these two sections here, fold that over and fold that over. Then you've got everything pretty much loosened off. You can then up and up, and this is where it's actually a little bit clever, because you can see when you want to do the angle for the thing, you've got two little pegs here, so it's only a slight angle change that allows for the transformation, which I think is pretty clever. I do like that. But you also have this tab on here that you just need to undo as well, so you pull the leg down and then this will slide back on itself. Again, same with this side, slide back on itself. Bring the leg back down and close, leg back down and close. That's quite clever the way that they've done that. I'm quite impressed with that. And you can see you've got his legs done, so you just need to flip his feet out. Hey, and nothing's broken yet, so that's good. That's good. The legs on this one obviously are supposed to come off, so just, you know, if legs start coming off during the transformation on this version of Cup, that's okay. Then we can fold this up and bring the arms out. Arms out, and then this is where this bit will unplug and come down. Yeah. And then we've got most of Cup's body transformed here, and this is the kind of a little bit fiddly bit with the arm. You've got this section here that has to slide around, so you'll get the idea. It just goes back in there. That's where the instructions were a little bit they fell down a little bit there. They don't explain that bit very well to you, but it's this section here that just, you have to move the arm around and then it clips back in. These sections here fold back in, and then his arms go in the back and just peg in at the sides here. Some nice little pegs. Head back and round, back and round. So here we have our fully transformed Cup, and he doesn't look too bad, I'll say. I think, again, and I'm only going to say this once on this one, he's a little bit too detailed again for me. I do think that he should have been a little bit more flatter in his proportions, but also his chest kind of caves in a little bit here too much again. I think that I would have liked to have seen the chest a little, like, pull out a little bit, and him to just be a little bit bigger in that department. But other than that, yeah, he's an okay looking Cup. The face sculpt is is okay. I wouldn't say that the face sculpt is movie accurate. And think this is my biggest problem with some of these Studio 86 figures, and Blur as well, which is what's put me off getting the Blur figure, is they are supposed to be movie accurate, and that face sculpt to me does not smack of movie accuracy whatsoever. But it is a nice Cup head sculpt. Had this been released within the Kingdom or within the War for Cybertron line, I would be feeling very different about this figure right now. I'd be saying, oh, it's a nice looking version of Cup, but this is supposed to be Studio 86 accurate, and it's not. But having said that, yeah, he's pretty nice. We've got some great differentiating colors here between the different shades of blue. Nice translucent here on the front, his Autobot logo embellished on his front there, and the nice orange bits that just stick out at the front. Wheels nicely set positioned here on the front as well. Articulation on the back, actually, before we move on to the articulation, the back is a little bit of a hollow mess. So they just, I always say in my reviews, the sign of a good figure is that they haven't forgotten about the back, and here, yeah, they have saved money and really forgotten about the back here, and it's so unfortunate because I know somebody's going to bring out a third-party kit to fix all of these issues, but what a shame, what a shame. The front looks okay, the back is, yeah, just a hollow mess. From an articulation point, we're going to get a full 360 here on the head, and he doesn't really look up or down, which is a little bit, but you're going to get more down than you are up, unfortunately. So that's a shame. He is on a little lever here at the back, but you're not going to get much in the way of up and down action. You'll get a full 360 here at the top of the arm, and some nice movement as well here, and also then at the joint you get a full 360, and oh yeah, the arm does bend past 90 degrees, so that's good. The hands, I don't think turn, no, so no added articulation here on the hand. You will get a full 360 on the waist, but no ab crunch whatsoever. On the legs, you will get a full forward, a full back, and a full out to the side all the way around. He can do all of the gym movements that you want him to do because, you know, there's no real backpack here at the back, which is good. And you'll get a nice 90-degree bend on his knees, and you'll get a couple of points of articulation actually on the foot, so you'll get some sideways and some toe up and down due to the transformation as well. So that's pretty good amount of articulation there. To be fair, he can hold a pretty good pose as well if you want him to. This version of Cup also has some added features of you can just remove parts of him so that Hot Rod can come and fix him. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a nice little feature that they've put in. You know, we know X-Transbots tried to do a similar thing, not quite as successful, but yeah, pretty good, pretty cool. Very simple to go back on, and everything feels really nice when you put it back together. So what I would say is that they haven't really hurt it by doing this. You know, these joints don't feel like they're going to fall off at any second, which was my concern when buying this figure, that these joints would just, you know, you'd be doing something with it and the arm would just fall off. They do feel nice and secure. If we bring out his backdrop now, he will stand there a lot better than Grimlock does with his backdrop. So yeah, he looks pretty cool. Again, I think that probably looks a little bit better with maybe 1 foot. No, maybe it's a little bit high. Yeah, because I like to see that octopus. This is the problem, right? If you put him on there, you can't see nice octopus. Because this version of Cup comes to pieces and everything uses these same little ports here, you can actually change Cup's look up if you have some weaponizers. So you can pull his arms and legs off, so he is just a torso here like this, and then you can get legs from some of your weaponizers if you want. And the right one for that, and you can give him, you know, say the legs of somebody else, and then you can also give him the arms of another one, and let's give him his normal cup arm back here. So you can change the look of this dude up then, and give him a little bit of a changed up look, which is something a little bit different with this figure. Nice. Putting back all of his correct appendages now, and then we can start to look at some of the accessories that he comes with. So first of all, we have the Energon Goodie Giver. So this is pretty cool. It's got a little Energon section coming out here. Nice. It's a nice little detail, and that just pokes onto his hand just here, like that. And then also he has his classic looking cup gun, just the one colour. Some nice molded detailing, and then again that just fits into his hand. So he is the full package, coming with these two accessories. I do love the fact that he comes with the Energon Goodie Giver. That is very, very nice touch. Okay, so now it's time for the comparison, and let's bring out first of all a couple of the Earthrise figures. And we have our Earthrise Rc. So you can see, as we could have guessed from the alt mode, that they are pretty similar in their size. Bringing out the Helicon now, and actually they do compare fairly well size wise when they're in their bot modes, less so when they're in the alt modes. Comparing them next to the only other cup in my collection, next to the X-Transbot, obviously I couldn't compare the alt modes because this thing can't transform because he bust on me. But he looks, yeah, this obviously looks miles better, but this is a masterpiece, supposed masterpiece quality, size 1. And yeah, you know, I actually prefer the darker blue on this. If this one was the darker blue, you can see this dude is a lot taller, and I think looks a little bit closer to the way that the movie one is. As I said, with all of the smooth bits on it, that's the look of this one. This was what I wanted for this one. Power of the Primes Hot Rod, then Hot Rod stands a little bit bigger than Cup. I know they are from different versions, and they're also from different lines. I can't wait to see how the Studio 86 Hot Rod, I should be getting that next week I believe, lines up with this dude. Then finally the Studio 86 Grimlock, as we can see, is a lot taller than this guy. So yeah, I think size comparison wise he fits in with the line so far fairly well. Time for my final recommendation then, and would I recommend that you pick this figure up? Well, if you like the look of him, yeah. Is he the most movie accurate one that they could have made? Hell no, he isn't. But do you want a good cup? Do you want a cup that looks nice on the shelf? Yeah, he's good for that. He's not as advertised on the tin, but he is a good cup. It has some nice features. I like the Energon Goodie Giver, and I also like the fact that his limbs can pop off and still feel secure. That's really, really good going from Hasbro there. The only thing I do wish is that he was a little bigger, especially in the alt mode, because I think it does show there. Let me know your thoughts on this figure down in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Alright guys, in a bit. Peace!